You're not shy, you're just overthinking it. The truth is, like, camera confidence is something that doesn't come easy. You know, most content creators, they start off like completely terrified. I'm still terrified when sometimes once I hit that red button and I record. In this video, I'm gonna talk to y'all about some ways that I've overcame this fear of camera confidence. I'm gonna make it real simple. I'm not gonna like really edit this too much, but I wanted to just tell y'all how I've overcome it and how I'm actively working on it. Let's jump into it. All right, so let's talk about shifting y'all mindset. A lot of people tell me that they're worried about what other people will perceive or how they will be seen talking on camera. And to be honest with you, like, I'm still struggling with this. It's a long, you know, it's a long journey. You're not gonna get it right away. But there are some ways you can make it easier for yourself. Like, for instance, one thing that comes up a lot is the ums and the, you know, the uhs and the pauses and stuff like that. And to be honest, I just kind of just stopped caring. You know, like, a lot of people think like you're gonna be judged because you're not, like, your videos are not edited or perfect or not scripted perfect. And to be honest with you, like, you just kind of just have to not care. And this is why I say shifting your mindset. You know, don't aim for perfection, right? Aim for, like, authenticity. Aim for what matters most to you. Aim for consistency. You know, if you take that feeling of caring about what someone else would think on how you convey your thoughts, you take all that out, it becomes, you know, it becomes easier, and you have a lot less, to be honest, a lot less anxiety, you know, because it's like I talked about in the previous video, it's not going to be easy. This is not easy. Like, for instance, I'll give you an example. I completely filmed this whole entire video and then looked back at the footage, and it was like, there was issues with the footage. So I had to re-record the video. And these are things that will happen, right? You have more important things to worry about than what somebody will perceive on the other end of the lens. It's not gonna be perfect. And I think you should shift your mindset and focus on talking to the camera. That in itself, like talking directly to the lens. A lot of people have these cameras with these screens, and sometimes I do it myself. I'll look directly at the screen to make sure I'm in frame. But once I'm sitting down, I'm in frame, I'm already good to go. I don't have to worry about that. I should focus on talking directly to y'all, and it becomes less stressful, if you will, when it comes to talking to the camera. It becomes easy, at least a little bit easier. All right, so let's talk about practicing and preparing. Like, for instance, I have my phone here set up with a couple of bullet points. Create some bullet points that y'all want to talk about. You know, I think we talked about this in the previous live stream I had. Terry creates. We were talking about that, and he said he was going to make a similar video today. And I'm like, you know what? Let me jump in too, because we were talking about this and we had a really engaging conversation. Everyone who pulled up to the stream, we had a really engaging conversation. But, you know, organize your thoughts, right? You don't have to. I don't script videos, but organizing your thoughts in a way where it's like, you know what you want to talk about. Like, just prepare as much as you can. I would recommend in the beginning avoiding the scripting aspect, but some people like to script. Like I said before, I'm not someone who scripts too often. And when you prepare, you don't have to, like, zoom through the video. You don't have to, like, run, like, through the video so quickly, unless you're, like, pressed for time. But it allows you to kind of just speak, you know, from the heart and speak comfortably. You don't have to feel as if you're in a rush. It takes time to build confidence, right? And if you don't practice these things, you're not gonna build the confidence. I think you should just be yourself on camera. Like, it'll come naturally. And I think one thing that'll help is if you film in a comfortable space. Like, for instance, I film every now and again in the park, I film in the car. Right now I'm filming at the house, and I'm in my element and I'm comfortable. And then you can eventually step yourself up or set yourself up for these open vlogs, or you're just filming, you know, when you're shopping or filming a life event or things like that. You know, the confidence grows when you're consistent and you do it over and over and over. You don't have to worry yourself about what other people think, or, you know, like I said in the beginning, and you're in your element, you're in your space, you're in your home, like, or let's say you're in the car. And that's what I did in the beginning. I was like in my car, and I still do it, but it's just you, the camera, you're secluded, and it's like you can do it anytime. Let's say you're getting out of work, or, you know, doing an errand and stuff like that. Or if you feel like you want to speak about something, you can just openly do that. And that's why I like having the space. If you consistently try and vlog or film or record in a space that's your own, over time, when it gets really scary, when you have to film out in the space where it's just open and people can just see you and hear you, it becomes a lot more easier. Your confidence grows when you consistently trying it. So I know that sounds like really, really easy to say. You know, it's really easy to just say, hey, just keep doing it, be consistent. But it really does work. And there's gonna be times where you're gonna say, because it's like you have so much you want to say, and it's like you don't know which part to say first, or you're second guessing yourself, and I think you should just take your time and speak on what you feel and be confident in what you're saying, because you have these things, these bullet points set up, and be confident that you know what, you're gonna get better over time. But the only way is if you show up and you do it over and over. And it's like a muscle. It's gonna continue to grow if you continue to train it. And it's like, it's not gonna happen overnight. But if you don't press record and you don't try, there's no way it's just gonna happen automatically. In any event, I appreciate y'all. We finally got this take done in one shot. I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much for watching. Continue to practice this skill, because you're working on a skill, right? And eventually you'll be really good at it. I'll see y'all in the next one. Y'all take care. Peace.